Hi everyone, Miki Jacobs here. Welcome to Angel Chat. Thank you for joining in as always. I greatly appreciate your time and your lovely and kind comments as to how the information every week help your spiritual growth as well as the experiences that you are going through in life. So that means so much to me. So just so you know that I read every single email, of course, and every comments that you made about the video, and I always make sure to take my time and thank you. So I appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about accidents, or what we think as accidents, or basically the way the soul choose to exit planet Earth, or the cause of death, I should say. It's kind of related to the last week video, for those of you that did not see last week video, when I talk about the funeral or the custom as to what to do after we lose someone. I think that perhaps I should have do this video before the previous one, and would kind of be the cause of that as well, and then the video after about the funeral. But nonetheless, you can learn from today's video, and if you did not watch last week, then watch it, because they kind of related a little bit, if you will. The reason I call this video accident and accidents that happen in planet Earth, because to us, of course, it's unheard of, to us, meaning to the personality, to us that live here on planet Earth, it's unheard of when people die such a senseless death sometimes, such as car crash, or such as, just any cause of death that appear reckless to us. But as you know from Angel Chat, as you know, the whole point of that weekly videos that I do is in order to teach you that there is always the perspective of the soul, that there is always the perspective of the incarnation, of the soul growth, of the soul evolution, which is the only reason as to why our soul incarnate into this harsh planet, into planet Earth, and experience life in a physical body. So exiting planet Earth, meaning the time of death, the cause of death, of course, is also designed within the blueprint, as I like to call it, the detail of the incarnation. When we enter planet Earth, you have heard me talk about it in previous videos, to the precise moment, to the precise place on planet Earth, to the precise family, to the parents, to the timing. So when we enter planet Earth, of course, that include in the incarnation as well as when we exit planet Earth. So in general, I like to tell people and to teach that when we exit planet Earth, as well as how we exit planet Earth, regardless of how it's looked to us, which why I mentioned at the beginning that of course it's always tragic, specifically when it's someone that we know and someone that we love, and more specifically when it's someone that is young in age. So no matter how it is, it's always look tragic to the personality, to us, the human being on planet Earth. But from the soul perspective, we do need to exit planet Earth sometime. I mean, to incarnate into the physical body, to create or to plan an incarnation, have a lot of aspect to an incarnation, including balancing karma from previous lives. For those of you that didn't follow me from the beginning, indeed I record a video about karma, what karma mean in a nutshell, that if the soul exit planet Earth and it's have negativity that was made or accumulated by the personality, by the ego, so the soul is contaminated, the auric field of the soul contaminate with negativity. In order to balance the energy of the soul that is a pure energy being, we need to pay back, the personality have to pay back to the universe the same amount of negativity in order to balance it, so the soul can continue and grow, continue with its evolution. Of course, that's in a shortcut what karma is. So a karma, of course, include in an incarnation, in a journey. How is that relate to the passing? That sometimes passing a certain death, a certain time of the personality, indeed need to be planned by the soul in order to adjust karma. And so sometimes that we look at the passing of a young human being, of a child even, that of course is so sad to us, rightfully so. Of course, we live here, we're human beings, we have feeling, we have emotional, but from the soul perspective, that child is not a child per se, meaning it has a soul that shows that perhaps with a premature exit of planet Earth, in a certain way, it will be able to adjust its energy and pay back the karma that it accumulated, or the personality, of course, accumulated from previous life or lives. So that is just one manner or one reason as to why a human being would exit planet Earth prematurely. Other reason can be that the soul would like to, by the death, by the manner of death, teach the human race. Over the years, I have channeled many spirits that chose within the incarnation to leave planet Earth, for example, in a certain illness, an illness that perhaps was examined by doctors, or learn lessons to apply to other human beings, whether it is cancer or any other unusual genetic disorders. I see a lot of spirits that indeed plan that type of exit within the incarnation, and by helping human beings learn from that specific cause of death and apply it to other people, the soul of that personality that exit raise its awareness because it's helped other people. So again, in order to understand cause of death from the perspective of the soul, you need to open your mind to spirituality, of course. Being said that, that does not mean that it's cold or you're not supposed to be upset. Specifically, as I mentioned earlier a few minutes ago, if someone that you love or someone that is young, it is still tragic. Of course, it is still tragic. But like with every week that I teach you, if you trust that there is a bigger picture of things, that there is a bigger picture of life, that there is the perspective of the soul of what it is we're doing here on planet Earth, then of course it's always a bit more soothing, if you will, and perhaps it can help with any passing that you are experiencing. I like to tell people that although most incident, most cause of death, regardless of how it's looked to us in the surface, whether it is an accident or an illness, or it seems that the person perhaps caused it, or environment, or just a coincidental accident, whether it is car crash or any other incident, indeed the soul did design it. It was planned within the incarnation. So try to look at it that way. Try to perhaps, especially if you're grieving, look at it that there is no one die in vain. Things don't just happen. We don't just die for no reason. Every single death have some sort of a lesson, of a growth opportunity for the soul, which why the soul choose the exit the way it is, in the time that it is. It's quite fascinating as well that over the years I channel souls that simply do not choose to come to planet Earth for 80 years or for 90 years or for whatever the amount of years that the physical body is able to live or is able to sustain itself. Some spirits simply think that this is too harsh of a planet. So I like to say that example because you can see the incredible difference between us, the personality that want to hang on to life, and of course we all want to live until we're 80 or 90 years old, when in fact from the perspective of many spirits, this is a harsh planet, and the spirit choose lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to come to a shorter life. I have channeled a spirit one time that specifically came through in a reading and mentioned to me that that it never came to planet Earth more than the age of 56. So this is just, although sad, obviously, for the family of that human being, but it's kind of show you the difference between the perspective of us that want to hang on to life. We don't want to say goodbye to our loved one. Of course, we have kids here and family, as to the perspective of the soul that uses planet Earth for its growth, uses planet Earth as a lesson, as an opportunity to balance his energy, to teach other soul, to contribute to the human species, and when the time comes, the soul simply exit planet Earth the way it's planned to pre-design the incarnation. Being said that, are they true, real accident? Sure they are accident. Planet Earth is a risky planet. It's a dangerous planet. Why is it a dangerous planet? Because we have an ego. Because we have the personality that if not watched for, the ego can really, really be super destructive to oneself as well as to others. You don't need a spiritual teaching for that. I mean, it's easy to look and observe all the unfortunate evil acts that some people inflict on others. That's the lack of light. The personality is so detached from the soul that it just simply take over and just do negative things. So yes, there are accidents. If people use drugs or drink and they'll go out and drive, they will indeed die prematurely, or worse, kill someone else. So the point of that class this week is, although to explain to you that if you lost someone that appeared to you senseless, appeared to you tragic, yes, you can be sorry, yes, you can try, of course, that's just being a human being, but please keep in mind that every exit, every death have the input. It's governed by the reason of the soul as to why the soul exit. Being said that, value life. Be careful with your life. Don't be reckless. Make sure that you live here for whatever amount you're supposed to live here, whether it is 50, 70, or 90 years old. So discipline your ego. Rise above your negativity. Try to climb up in spirituality. The more spiritual a person is, the more your energy would vibrate in a higher frequency. So you will attract to yourself more protection, more help, more helpful being. So if you are very spiritual, very kind, very loving human being, there is no possibly way that you will attract to yourself a true accident. When you in a dense vibration, when you're negative, when you allow your ego to take over, whether it is with drama or fight or destructive to others, to yourself, and you take your car and drive, you will indeed attract to yourself a true accident. It's energy. It's the law of attraction. We get what we project. So be careful with your life. Be wise with your life. And this is another reason as to why I teach people grow in awareness, grow in spirituality, and value your life. So I hope it seemed like I squeezed a lot. I always try to squeeze a lot in the 15 minutes, but the main thing, I'm hoping that you got the idea, the basic idea about the cause of death and why it is we exit planet Earth the way we exit and the time that we exit. So thank you very much again for joining in. I'm sorry the horses are not in the background because it's dinner time and the horses. So although they love their mommy, they do like the food a lot as well. But I hope you can enjoy them a little bit in the background. So take good care and I will see you next week. Bye.